Hi, and welcome to a special DVD extra we have for our movie Exude. I am the actor and writer of the movie, Hans Lazia, and this is...
Hi, I'm Anish Verma. I'm the director and editor of the movie.
Today we're going to be talking to you about the thought processes that went into our movie and the kind of things we analysed for our movie that kind of led to what you see on screen, a lot of the conventions that we explored. Anish?
One of the main inspirations we had was the theme of isolation, and one of the movies that we thought that portrayed this theme very well was The Ring, the remake of The Ring, surprisingly, and we conveyed this through our film, through the lawyer, as we use over the shoulder shots to convey fear, and it's just empty around him, just showing that he's by himself alone, being hunted down by a murderer who's on his case.
Yeah, it's kind of a very well-known convention of horror movies where isolation is a key feature. For example, even in The Shining, which we both textually analysed, the opening, the tracking shot following the family in the car, you get a real sense of isolation there. Something that is very present throughout our movie also, like you said, through the use of over-the-shoulder shots, through the fact that he is the only character shown on screen for such a large amount of time until the killer eventually pops up. I textually analysed movie 7, the opening, as it is a montage, and we felt using a montage was the best way to get across a huge chunk of story without taking up a huge amount of time. So with the montage, we establish the characters in the first 3 minutes, establish the plot, and establish the killer's motivation for murder rather than drawing it out in other movies. For example, Scream had a very drawn out plot where in the opening it was the actress Drew Barrymore simply being hunted by the murderer and being called and being kind of psychologically tortured for a few minutes and then killed. Yet there was no plot development there, it was simply a murder, whereas for our movie I think we both agreed that we needed some form of plot development in the opening.
Also, Insidious, I also technically analysed that. That was quite a slow, it just hinted at horror. There was no actual horror there until the shadows started popping up during the introduction to the film. And I felt that it's not engaging me as someone who wants to watch a film, but if you're going to drag something out, it makes the audience lose interest. But so we thought, if we could put everything, if we could get the audience interest in the first 3 minutes of the film, they'll be on edge the whole of the time watching the whole film.
Yeah, there's a difference between building suspense and simply elongating something that doesn't need to be elongated. We felt the suspense was built well with the length of time between the cuts in our montage as well. For example, 7, once again, had very quick, very snappy montage cuts, but it didn't explore that much of the plot, whereas with ours we felt that having slightly longer cuts, longer time between cuts in our montage, you could explore a lot more of the plot.
Also, we challenged the conventions of horror. Usually horrors are it's a build up and then all of a sudden it's a jump scare, and most of the time the main character's a woman or female even, and because females often are portrayed as being vulnerable, so we thought, why not challenge that? And instead of having jump scares and females, we had a male main character, and we had a slow build up with hints at horror, showing blood, and not just straight, oh, let me just go kill this guy. It's hinting at it, so it leaves the audience to think for themselves rather than us just be oh yeah, here we go, let's just kill this character off, and then boom, they're scared.
Yeah, we felt the jump scare aspect of modern horror movies is very overplayed. For example, Paranormal Activity, even Insidious to some degree, very overplayed convention. We didn't want to reuse this again and again in our movie as well. We felt building suspense and making it almost a mix of the thriller horror genre was the best way to go.
And after we did our focus group, we realised people were saying that the music was very thriller-esque, so I think that's the kind of thing we were aiming for, because we didn't want it to be solely a horror, because the conventions of horror movies are very outplayed, as Hansler said. So what we did was, instead of having eerie music, we had an up-tempo soundtrack which helped with the montage editing to build up to the scenes of horror in the movie, which we hinted at, rather than explicitly showing someone getting killed.
Which is another thing we drew from Seven, actually, the fast tempo of music during a montage. We felt that it really encapsulates the feel of what a montage is. It's rapid, yet ours was blended with plot, and we felt having simply sharp, high-pitched music all throughout wasn't going to build any suspense, wasn't going to do anything for the audience. We felt that having something that builds as the audience watches makes them invested. It brings you into the movie itself.
Also, because like if music is just like the same throughout, and then all of a sudden it's just a jump, so it scares you, it's just like it's like played out. But when like with ours, we had the building, so as the audience's emotions were building, the music was like following. So with that, when the scares came in, it felt like more natural rather than, I don't know, like a forced scare like most horror films tend to do.
We just want to say thank you for watching this DVD extra with the cast and crew, and we hope to see you at our next movie.
Thank you.
Thank you.